Imagine stepping out of your front door in the morning and calling a car with a tap on your phone, no keys to fumble with, no parking garage to hunt through. Today, the typical private car sits unused for 95% of its life, occupying urban land that could otherwise house thousands of people or green spaces. In some city centers, up to 30% of downtown real estate is devoted to parking lots and garages. Imagine a future where those idle vehicles are replaced by fleets of on-demand self-driving cars that optimize every mile. Studies suggest that a shared autonomous fleet could meet current demand with as little as 20% of today's vehicle inventory because cars would operate continuously instead of idling 95% of the time. This shift could eliminate nearly 80% of parking infrastructure, freeing up land once reserved for cars. Empty lots could become parks, affordable housing, urban farms, or community centers, creating a renaissance of public space where asphalt once ruled. With self-driving cars, you could reclaim commute time as productive or restful hours. If you are working, reading, or even napping en route, you no longer mind a longer trip. Today, most people choose homes within 30 miles of work to avoid traffic. But in the future, 50 or even 100-mile commutes could become routine. Suburban sprawl might accelerate into what we know as exurbs or microtowns linked by express autonomous routes. Some city cores could empty out as populations disperse along high-speed self-driving corridors. The energy landscape of our cities would also transform. Self-driving cars are almost always electric vehicles charged at smart stations that top up batteries during off-peak hours or while passengers sleep. Gas stations as landmarks could vanish over a decade or two, replaced by charging depots hidden behind mixed-use developments. Our streets would become more flexible places designed for people instead of machines. Urban design would follow shifting patterns of demand. Imagine neighborhoods without parking strips on every block where sidewalks widen, trees line the curbs, and bike lanes flow freely. Streets formerly clogged with parked cars could support weekly markets, pop-up art installations, or even mobile concert stages. Rooftop gardens might grow edible crops. Former parking deck roofs could seed community orchards. The architecture of cities would focus on human scale and experience rather than the storage and movement of 2-ton vehicles. Autonomous vehicles could serve as first and last mile connections to rail and bus networks rather than replace them. The fate of cities may depend on policy choices, urban planning, and our willingness to share space with machines. As we stand on the threshold of a transportation revolution, our built environment faces a choice. Do we double down on highways and sprawling subdivisions, or do we reclaim our cities for people, parks, and public life? Will tomorrow's urban centers be ghosts of concrete or vibrant ecosystems of shared space and fair housing? Could your great-grandchildren live in car-free downtowns where the only traffic you see is foot traffic? Ask yourself, what does a city look like when cars are strangers and streets belong to everyone? What if your daily commute no longer existed? Would we even need office towers? Could a world without parking reshape our social bonds? What emerges when skyscrapers give way to forests? Will autonomous cars unite or fragment our communities? Where do you stand on the edge of this future?